I'd like to finish off, if we may, with a few questions that we've had sent in by the users of our website.
Okay.
A while ago, you were in a band called Equation.
Oh yeah, of course.
When you look at the lineup now, it looks like a who's who of young folk music. Do you have a favourite CD from that era?
From that era, I think Hazy Days was one of my favourites. I remember making that record. I remember some of the wonderful tracks on that. There's a song called... I was writing on that record as well. I was writing songs on both those records. Yeah, but Hazy Days was definitely my favourite out of the lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite instrument to write on?
Yeah, I probably prefer writing songs on the fiddle because it's quite different, and it, you know, when you get it right, because it is quite a hard thing to do. It you know, as an accomplishment, you feel like you've got somewhere. Yeah. Whereas the guitar, I guess you're a bit more versatile, but you almost need more of a band around you to do that. Whereas when you're writing on the fiddle, it's
You've got a couple of solo fiddle tunes you do.
Yeah, I've got a few, quite a lot I've written on this new record actually, but in a different sort of way. I wrote a song just a few weeks ago about the Barrowman's Nose, just opposite Houndtor and Dartmoor, which is a great, this hunter was turned to stone by the witches around him, and it's a great story. So that's another sort of Kitty J thing that I've got together. But it's it's really special for me writing on the fiddle.
When you were starting out, did you get any important advice that you've read?
All sorts of weird advice from all sorts of from Steve Knightley. What did he say? I think it was probably just don't drink too much. One of those. Bless him. He's a bit like a kind of father figure, really. He's been really great steering me forward, and I think mostly the best advice is from my old man, my dad. So he's pretty, because he's a great musician himself, and you know, he's worked in the media industry. He's worked for the Daily Mirror for 30 years, so he knows a lot about stories. He knows all, you know. So he's always a really good kind of he's a good guide, and he's a good he steers me in the right direction. Yeah.
Have you got anything you'd pass on to young folk musicians starting now?
Young folk musicians, I would probably say just to stick at it. It's a great time for folk music, acoustic music. It's really exciting, and you know, it's fantastic that this, you know, from the folk clubs which are starting up, which I see are happening, to the open mic nights which are going on in, you know, the SU bars all over the place. And I think it's just, you know, it's just get out there and play as much as you can, because that's really what it's about, and play with other people. Don't be frightened to do that. Yeah. Collaboration is kind of where it's at.
Absolutely. Your brother Sean has been in your band for a while.
Forever.
Forever. Yeah. Both as a producer and a bandmate.
Yeah.
What impact has he had in developing your sound?
Huge impact, yeah. I mean, he really, you know, the two of us kind of came up with this sound, I guess. I mean, I obviously throwing a lot of the energy, but I'm chucking stuff at the wall, and then he's kind of putting the pieces together. That's kind of how we came about this whole process and this sound. So, yeah, I mean, hugely influential, and you know, it still is the whole thing moves on.